Once the undisputed king of the heavyweight division, Lennox Lewis dominated boxing with a blend of precise technique, raw power, and an unwavering ambition. He was not just a fighter, but a symbol of excellence in sports. His journey began not in the glimmering lights of championship bouts, but rather in the shadows of his youth, where he discovered boxing as a means to channel his inner turmoil. From humble beginnings, he transformed his life, discovering a passion that would lead him to Olympic glory. This triumph was the stepping stone that set him on a professional path, a trajectory that would see him face titanic challenges and carve his name into the annals of boxing history. Transitioning from amateur status, Lewis entered the brutal world of professional boxing with immense determination and grit, ready to take on all challenges. Each victory showcased his evolution as a fighter, built on methodical training and fierce battles against elite opponents. However, with great success came relentless pressure and scrutiny from critics who questioned his style. Could he truly stand among the giants of boxing? As he navigated this world, every punch thrown and every round fought was a testament to his resilience, pushing back against the naysayers who doubted his capabilities. Meanwhile, as he achieved remarkable victories, the shadow of controversy loomed large, often overshadowing his accomplishments and sparking fierce debate among fans and analysts. Even with setbacks, Lennox Lewis always found a way to triumph, creating a legacy that was both celebrated and scrutinized across the boxing community. The Ascent to Greatness. Lennox Lewis's journey to greatness began in the shadows of adversity, learning to wield boxing as an escape from the chaos of his early life. Encouraged by his mother, seeking direction, he stepped into the ring, not as a natural talent, but as a determined young man. At first, he struggled to find his footing, feeling out of place, unsure of his potential. Yet, every punch he threw became a statement, every round a declaration of his fight for identity. The turning point came when he represented Canada at the 1988 Olympics, fighting not just for medals, but for purpose. He dominated the competition, showcasing an agility and technique that silenced his critics. In the final match, against the formidable Riddick Bowe, Lennox displayed relentless tenacity, embodying the spirit of a champion. His gold medal was a testament to years of hard work, yet it also ignited controversy. Critics dubbed him disloyal for choosing to compete for Canada instead of his birthplace, and doubts lingered, questioning whether his success was built on merit or circumstance. Yet, Lewis proved resilient. Transitioning to professional boxing, he faced elite fighters willing to test his mettle. Each bout forged his legacy, showcasing not just his skill, but his ability to adapt and evolve, becoming a dominant figure within the heavyweight ranks. The challenges were immense, but with each victory, Lewis resonated with fans, unveiling his storyline and the depth of his character. Through the ups and downs, he remained committed to his craft, standing tall against adversity while etching his name in boxing history as a legend the world would come to respect. Turning pro and commanding the ring. After a spectacular Olympic victory, Lennox Lewis stepped into the professional boxing ring in 1989, embarking on a journey that would redefine the heavyweight division. It wasn't an easy transition, as he faced skepticism from fans and critics alike. Many questioned his abilities, pointing out he lacked the natural charisma and aggressive style that captured the hearts of casual viewers. Critics labeled him as robotic, too cautious, and overly technical. Yet, Lewis was determined to prove them wrong. He started building his reputation, with each bout demonstrating his technical prowess. In his early years, he showcased a unique blend of power and technique, effectively utilizing his jab to control the pace of fights. Every victory he achieved was hard-fought, showcasing his incredible work ethic and resilience. Lewis faced formidable opponents, including the likes of Tony Tucker, and he dominated them, winning decisively and boosting his standing in the heavyweight ranks. The boxing community began to recognize that beneath his calm demeanor lay an indomitable spirit. His ferocious knockouts began to silence the critics as he learned to adapt his style, combining strategic approaches with explosive power. Lewis's fights became a testament to his evolution. With each bout, he moved closer to the elite status he longed for. His matchups against fighters such as Riddick Bowe, in a rematch that never materialized for years, displayed his will to rise above challenges and solidified his place as one of boxing's top contenders. This stage in his career marked not only a turning point for Lennox Lewis, but also for the heavyweight division itself. Controversy, criticism, and the weight of expectations. From the very beginning of his career, Lennox Lewis faced intense scrutiny and controversy. His decision to represent Canada instead of his birthplace, England, during the 1988 Olympics drew backlash, with critics labeling him disloyal and questioning his allegiance. After claiming the Olympic gold medal, the pressure truly ramped up. Lewis entered the professional boxing arena, where expectations skyrocketed, but he quickly realized that his thoughtful fighting style earned him critics who deemed him robotic. Unlike the charismatic, trash-talking Tyson or the flashy Holyfield, Lewis was often seen as too technical to truly resonate with a casual fan base. Every victory he earned came with a string of detractors, skeptics, and naysayers. People who questioned whether he could compete against the best of his era, or if he would fade into obscurity as just another hyped-up Olympic champion. These voices of doubt shadowed him continuously as he rose through the ranks, leading to a constant battle not just in the ring, but also against the expectations of the boxing community. Lewis faced fierce criticism, especially during moments of struggle, like his shocking defeat to Oliver McCall in 1994, which sent ripples through the boxing world. The loss reignited doubts that had never fully dissipated since his Olympic days and raised questions about his mental fortitude. Yet, amidst the struggle and criticism, Lewis's resolve only grew stronger. He turned to the legendary trainer Emmanuel Steward, who helped refine his approach. As Lewis fought to silence the critics and claim titles, he learned that the weight of expectations could either build him up or potentially break him down. His journey through the tumultuous landscape of public perception and personal ambition highlights the complexities of being a champion, revealing that greatness often comes at a price. Setbacks, reinvention, and redemption. Every champion faces moments of doubt, and for Lennox Lewis, setbacks were pivotal. The loudest critique echoed when he faced Oliver McCall during a title defense in 1994. Lennox, seen as invincible, was knocked down for the first time in his career, a devastating right hand that sent him spiraling to the canvas. The media fallout was brutal. Labels of overrated and unworthy flooded the headlines. But instead of succumbing to the harsh criticism, Lewis made a life-changing decision. He sought guidance from the legendary trainer Emmanuel Steward. Under Steward's mentorship, his boxing style underwent a transformation. By refining his technique and strategy, Lewis learned to control fights with precision. This reinvention culminated in a rematch with McCall in 1997, where he showcased his new mastery, dominating from the start, forcing a stoppage in the 5th round. The redemption felt sweet, but doubts lingered. Some questioned if he truly earned his credibility back. However, the ultimate test came when he fought against Mike Tyson in 2002, an iconic fight that was anticipated throughout the boxing world. With sheer dominance, Lennox dispelled any remaining doubts, knocking out Tyson in the 8th round. Yet, his journey toward redemption was ongoing. The victories, while critical, didn't erase the scars of past defeats. Still, Lennox proved that every setback was not an ending, but rather a stepping stone, laying the foundation for a legacy of resilience and greatness. His path exemplifies how true champions rise from their struggles, transforming challenges into triumphs and forever redefining the narrative of their careers. The late career battles and legacy tests. As Lennox Lewis's boxing career advanced towards twilight, he faced a series of epic battles that would test not only his physical prowess, but also the fabric of his legacy. The anticipation reached a peak when he fought Mike Tyson, a clash that captivated fans around the globe. Tyson, known for his explosive power, was past his prime, yet remained a formidable draw. Lewis, however, proved to be a master tactician. He dominated the fight from the opening bell, using his reach and technique to keep Tyson at bay. By the 8th round, Lewis knocked Tyson out, solidifying his status as one of the heavyweight greats in a fight that transcended mere boxing and entered the realm of sports iconography. Amid the cheers, though, Lewis knew that his challenges were not just in the ring, but rooted also in public perception, where critics often dismissed victories against aging opponents. Following the Tyson victory, Lennox faced Vitaly Klitschko. This bout was a war, with both fighters landing heavy shots, but a deep cut over Klitschko's eye forced a stop to the fight, granting Lewis the win. Despite this achievement, detractors questioned whether Lewis had truly earned his victory, debating the legitimacy of a win sealed under such chaotic circumstances. These late career challenges only added layers to Lewis's already complex legacy as he grappled with the tests of belief, redemption, and the weight of expectations, both from fans and his own inner circle. With each legacy battle, Lennox Lewis continued to redefine what it meant to be a champion, striving to leave a footprint larger than life itself. Retirement and life beyond boxing. Lennox Lewis's retirement from the ring came as a surprise to many, as he had gracefully stepped away from the sport while still at the top of his game. Unlike so many fighters, who often retire only to return for one last payday, Lewis chose to leave the noise behind, seeking peace after years of intense commitment. Yet this transition was not without its struggles. Initially, he embraced a quieter life, taking comfort in the world outside of boxing, reveling in time spent with family, and enjoying the fruits of his labor. Yet the silence that followed his retirement gradually gave way to a profound sense of missing purpose. With every passing day, the adrenaline that once drove him began to fade, replaced by a void that nothing could fill. Though he had invested wisely, securing his financial future better than many of his peers, whispers of financial mismanagement began to creep in, creating uncertainty in the background of his otherwise stable life. The reality of retirement settled in, and the recognition he once enjoyed began to slip away. He watched as new boxing stars emerged, capturing the attention of fans and analysts alike, while his name faded slowly to the sidelines, often overshadowed, a forgotten champion in a sport that had once celebrated him. Despite all of his accomplishments, Lennox sat quietly, pondering whether his years of sacrifice had truly mattered, questioning his legacy, and reflecting on a life built on fighting, wondering if he would ever reclaim the persona of the champion he once was. Lennox Lewis's journey in the boxing world exemplifies the complexities of triumph and the often overshadowed emotional toll of retirement. Once the undisputed heavyweight champion, he captivated fans with his technical prowess. Yet now, at 59, he finds himself living a life far removed from the glory days. With the roaring crowds, championship belts, and the adrenaline of competition all behind him, Lewis grapples with the haunting reality of being a forgotten champion. Despite his impressive accolades, the reality of his legacy is bittersweet. He reflects on a career marked by hard-fought victories against iconic figures like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. However, the weight of criticism and doubters loomed large throughout his ascent, often questioning his style and impact in the sport. In retirement, the man who once inspired millions feels the silent echoes of a sport that has moved on. As new stars emerge, his name gradually fades from the limelight, obscured by younger, flashier fighters. Financially stable but emotionally adrift, Lewis battles the void left behind by a life dedicated to boxing. His transition away from the ring exposes a challenge many retired athletes face: reconciling past glories with an unrecognizable present. The legacy he built, though filled with achievements, struggles to find its rightful place among the legends of boxing. Ultimately, Lennox Lewis's story encourages reflection on the fleeting nature of fame, the relentless passage of time, and the true cost of greatness. It serves as a poignant reminder that even the greatest champions can become casualties of their own legacy, silently wondering if their sacrifices were ever truly valued.